Hey kids, it's Pastor Jared here with another creature, God's creature feature. And today, you see what's on my neck? What is this? It's a snake! Not just any snake, this is a boa constrictor. And her name is Sunset. She is my pet. And this snake is a beautiful creation, one of God's creations. And something that's so cool about snakes is they have these gorgeous patterns that God's put on each of them. They have individualized patterns. Now, I like to teach people about snakes a little bit because a lot of people have fears, and it's just a deep fear that kind of thinks that a snake's going to hurt someone, but really snakes are just defending themselves. This snake cannot eat me. She's friendly. They eat mice, and actually here in a little bit you'll get to see her eat one. But right now she's just crawling around through me. I'm friendly to her. Well, she's my pet, and I've been handling her since she was young, and she's about 5 years old, and probably about, let's see how long she is here. I think she's somewhere around 3 feet 5 inches long. Last time I measured her, she's a pretty long snake. And boa constrictors, they like to squeeze. They wrap around their prey. That's why they're called constrictors, because it constricts, but they're not poisonous. And every snake has fangs. So yes, when people say, do they bite? Yes, snakes do bite, but there's a proper way to handle snakes. If you ever see a snake in nature, you don't go handling it. It's not a pet, and snakes will bite. So be careful around them. This isn't just saying go out and touch any snake. There's certain snakes that are okay, but you have to have supervision, and you have to know how to handle them. As long as you handle them properly, in just slow motions, and each snake has its own individual personality. You'd be surprised. They're kind of like dogs. They have their own way of communicating, and one way is through the tail. The tail gets used as a little hand. You see she's curling it around my finger. It's kind of like her own little hand that she gets to communicate with me to, and I can rub it lightly and she'll wrap back or do something. Right now she's curling around my hand here, which is pretty cool. But snakes, they are wonderful creatures, and God created them, and they're a creature to enjoy. Hey kids, so I am about to feed this snake. We're gonna see if she wants to eat today, and guess what? Snakes eat mice. And I know sometimes mice are really cute, but this one is dead, and I had to heat it up and warm it up, and I will show you the mouse here in a second. But right now the important thing is I have to take her out of her cage. So this is Sunny set in her heating pad area. She likes that, but you take the snake out of their cage and you play with them so that they don't associate your hands with food. Because if I'm just feeding her inside the cage without taking her out, she's gonna maybe think that anything that comes into my cage is edible, and I don't want her trying to go for my hand. So I like to play with her a little bit and just hold her, let her roam around my fingers there. She's hanging on. She's really happy to be out too. Very, very friendly. Now, I've been training her and working with her to be used to hands and handling, meaning I've been putting my hand near her face more. But most of the time, you don't want to come up to a snake very fast because they're not used to it, and they back up because they don't have arms and legs. They only have a head. So it's like me coming up really close, and it like makes you want to jump backwards. And yes, snakes bite. She's not poisonous. She's a boa constrictor, so she squeezes her prey, which hopefully, if she's hungry, which I think she is, you're gonna get to see her squeeze the mouse. And you know what a good example is? That I'm gonna compare this to something in the Bible here. And so if you want to come look inside this cage here while we are about to feed her, I'm gonna try and get her attention with the mouse. And so something that we all can learn from this action that she's about to do is that with faith, we need to grab a hold of the things of God and hold on to them no matter what. And it reminds me of how a snake grabs their prey and is about to eat that. So I gotta shake it and use it here. I gotta hold her down. She's kind of up in the air right now. You gotta get her on the ground a bit. See if I can get her to smell her food. Come on, Sunset. You can do it. There you go.
So you wiggle the mouse to kind of get her to think it's still alive or it's still fresh.
And so she can smell it. There we go. She's smelling it. Thinking about it here. Now you see she's kind of curling up for it. She's about to go for it. There it is. She grabs and squeezes it. And so when God gives you his promises, you want to grab a hold of them and you want to hold on to them so nobody can pull it out. Now what she's going to do is she's going to squeeze that mouse and then she's going to start opening her jaw up. What she does is these parts of her jaw she detaches from the side so it can widen and her bottom jaw can drop. And she uses her fangs like little hooks. And so the mouse is right here and she uses the hooks to crawl her bottom jaw up over top the mouse and then fully close until her mouth is fully closed like that. And then she swallows the entire mouse and it digests. And usually takes about a week for her to digest. And wow, so they eat once a week, which is pretty impressive. But as you can see, she is enjoying a little squeeze hold on the mouse and she's going to begin the process of swallowing it. So she finished eating the mouse. She swallowed it all. And as you can see, that lump kind of right there, that's where it's at right now. She swallowed it and they're one giant muscle and they move using their muscles. They move it down. Okay, kids, well, we'll see you next week. It was awesome telling you about the snake. And I look forward to the next time we get the next God's Creature feature. Bye.